Dear students, today we are going to start the first chapter of our supplementary reader whose title is A Triumph of Surgery. It is written by James Herriot. James Herriot was a British veterinary surgeon and writer who used his many years of experiences as a veterinary surgeon to write a series of books, each consisting of stories about animals and their owners. This is also one such a story in which there is a pet dog named Tricky and her owner, Mrs. Pumphrey. In the beginning of the chapter, little bit of introduction is also mentioned that Tricky, a small dog, is pampered and overfed by his rich mistress. He falls seriously ill and his mistress consults a veterinary surgeon. Does he perform an operation or does the dog recover? We have to find out the answers to these two questions. And just by reading this introduction, we come to know that the theme of the story is that the dog is over pampered and overfed, which made him to fall sick, and now how he is treated of his sickness, that is the theme. Now in the beginning of the chapter itself, some questions are given which we have to read, and after reading the chapter we have to find out the answers to these questions. Question number 1 is, why is Mrs. Pumphrey worried about Tricky? Second, what does she do to help him? Is she wise in this? Third, who does I refer to in this story? I was really worried about Tricky this time. This I refers to whom? This I refers to the narrator of the story, and here the writer himself is the narrator. Okay, so the story begins that the narrator was very much worried about the dog Tricky. And why was he worried? Because of his appearance. He was shocked at his appearance because the dog had become hugely fat, like a bloated sausage with a leg at each corner. He meant to say that he was just looking like a big piece of fat having four legs. So it means he was too much overweight. Now, being a doctor, he immediately judged the problem of the dog, that he was overfed and he was having too much of excess or surplus fat or weight, which needed to be reduced. Now, Mrs. Pumphrey, the owner of the dog, what she said, that he was so listless, Mr. Herriot. Mr. Herriot is the narrator. He seems to have no energy. She was worried that the dog was lacking energy, and she thought that he must be suffering from malnutrition, because of which she was feeding him too much. The dog liked to eat cakes and chocolates, and Mrs. Pumphrey used to make him eat as much as he wanted. Now, lot of eating and no physical exercise made the dog too much fatty. Now, see, it is mentioned that Tricky's only fault was greed. He was too much greedy. He could not resist his temptations to eat good food. Now, because his mistress was too much rich, so there was no shortness or of different type of food items. When the doctor asked Mrs. Pumphrey that was she giving him plenty of exercise, then the excuse given by Mrs. Pumphrey was that the gardener was having back pain, because of which ring throwing exercise was not done at all. Now the doctor understood the problem, that too much of eating and no physical exercise had made the dog overweight. Then he again suggested Mrs. Pumphrey that don't cut his food, that if she doesn't cut the food right down and give him more exercise, he is going to be really ill. Too much of eating without physical exercise is going to make him ill. So she must harden her heart and keep him on a very strict diet. In order to make him fit and fine, she needed to cut short his diet and she should made him to do plenty of exercise. Now Mrs. Pumphrey, she felt determined to put the new regime, means she will definitely make the dog to do exercise, but the doctor knew of her habits, and he was very much sure that soon he is going to get another call from Mrs. Pumphrey. And the same happened. The expected call came within a few days, because Mrs. Pumphrey could not stop herself from feeding too much to the dog, because of which the dog became too much sick, and she came worried and complaining that the dog was not eating anything. He had stopped eating even the favorite dishes, and he was continuously vomiting and was panting, because he was so much overweight that he could not walk few steps without panting. And the doctor understood that Mrs. Pumphrey is over pampering the dog, which is really harmful for the dog. So he understood that he needs to keep the dog with himself for some time in order to cure the dog of his sickness. So he suggested Mrs. Pumphrey that a surgery was needed in order to cure the dog. And Mrs. Pumphrey, what she said, she was about to faint after listening to this, because she could not live without her pet dog. She would pine and dine if he did not see her. If he did not see her every day. Now, she said that if the dog will not be able to see Mrs. Pumphrey, the dog will not be able to survive. But the doctor took a firm line and said that the dog was very ill, so he really needed a surgery immediately. And because Mrs. Pumphrey also loved her dog too much, so she also had no other option than to leave her with the narrator. She kept on crying while leaving the dog to the doctor. The entire staff was roused and maids rushed in and out, bringing his day bed, his night bed, favorite cushions, means all the things which the dog used. Everything was brought for the dog, because Mrs. Pumphrey loved her dog too much and she did not want the dog to suffer in the hospital with Mr. Harriet. Now, Mr. Harriet also did not carry all the things along with him, and he also knew that he is not going to provide all those things to the dog, but some of the things he carried. Now out on the road he glanced down in the pathetic on at the pathetic little animal sitting there, that he was not even able to breathe properly. Then he also realized that Tricky made a brave effort to wag his tail when he was patted on his head, but because of overweight, he was not even able to wag his tail properly. And the narrator felt pity on him, and he also realized and said that he did not have any excitement in his life. That is why he needed to be cured. And the doctor knew what cure will work on him. Now, after reading this much part, we need to find out the answers to the previous questions. Why is Mrs. Pumphrey worried about Ricky? What does she do to help him? So now the answers to these questions you have to mark in the book. Then next few questions are also given there, which we need to find out the answers from the next part of the chapter. Let us go through the questions first. Is the narrator as rich as Tricky's mistress? How does he treat the dog? Why is he tempted to keep Tricky on as a permanent guest? And why does Mrs. Pumphrey think the dog's recovery is a triumph of surgery? So read the next part of the chapter carefully and try to find out the answers to these questions. Now at the surgery, at doctor's place, what happened that when he reached there with Tricky, all the other dogs which were there in his house, everyone came and surrounded him. Tricky looked down at the noisy pack with dull eyes. He did not feel excited even after seeing other dogs. And when put down, he lay motionless on the carpet. Because of his overweight, he was not even able to move properly. The other dogs, after sniffing around him, felt that he was an uninteresting object and then ignored him. Because he did not react, that is why they felt that he is not at all worthy of getting their attention. Then he made up a bed for him in a warm, loose box next to the one where the other dogs slept. And for 2 days, he kept an eye on Tricky, giving him no food but plenty of water. Only water was provided to him, and he did not provide him any food to eat because already he was so much overweight. At the end of the second day, he started to show some interest in his surroundings. And on the third day, he began to whimper when he heard the dogs in the yard. When he heard the other dogs, then he used to make some low sounds. And when he opened the door, Tricky trotted out and was immediately engulfed by Joe the greyhound and his friends. After rolling him over and thoroughly inspecting him, the dogs moved off down the garden. Tricky also followed them, rolling slightly with his surplus fat. He was so much overweight that he was not able to run as fast as the other dogs, but he followed them slowly. Then later that day, the narrator was present at feeding time, and that time he noticed that along with the other dogs, Tricky went for the food, but because he was so slow, so he could not get anything to eat, but he just licked those utensils in which the other dogs had fed and gone. So he understood that he needs to compete in order to have the food. He needs to reach to the feeding place as quickly as the other dogs. So then slowly he started moving with the other dogs, and slowly he started reducing his weight also. Mrs. Pumphrey was very much worried about Tricky, so she used to call every day asking about his welfare. And after some time, she used to ask several questions: what type of dress the dog is wearing, whether his cushions are perfectly kept or not, all other things which the doctor felt was of no significance. But the doctor told her that he had started recovering rapidly, convalescing rapidly, that is recovering rapidly, and he is out of danger. That surgery has been done and now he is out of danger. So she felt little bit relaxed, and she started sending lot of food for the dog, fresh eggs, 2 dozen a time, to build up Tricky's strength, then wine, then brandy, and all these things were eaten and by the narrator only. And the narrator was very happy to have all these food items and beverages. Now it was a temptation to keep Tricky on as a permanent guest, and all these food items and beverages made him feel tempted to keep Tricky as a permanent guest, that if Tricky is going to remain there, he is always going to get all the eatables. But now see, just by this statement, we are able to find out the answer of one of the questions on the previous page, that was he as rich as Mrs. Pumphrey. By this we can make out that no, he was not as rich as Mrs. Pumphrey, because he could not afford all these eatables and beverages for himself. That is why he was happy when Mrs. Pumphrey was sending these things for her pet dog Tricky, and he was getting to eat all these things, because Pumphrey's pet dog was not in need of all these things. So he was not providing all this to Tricky, but rather he was having it himself. Now, but he knew that Mrs. Pumphrey was suffering, and after a fortnight felt compelled to phone and tell her that the little dog had recovered and was awaiting collection. He had already informed Mrs. Pumphrey that he needs to be with him for a fortnight. Fortnight means 14 nights, that is 2 weeks. So when the 2 weeks were completed, he knew that it was very difficult for Mrs. Pumphrey to live without Tricky. So he knew that he is supposed to send Tricky back. And see, in 2 weeks, he had been transformed into a lithe, hard-muscled animal. He was keeping up well with the pack, stretching out in great bounds, his chest almost brushing the ground. So he has lost a lot of weight because he was not given excess of food to eat, whereas he was getting plenty of physical exercises along with the other dogs. He was running, and he was too much active there along with the other dogs, which made him to shed his weight very quickly. He informed Mrs. Pumphrey that the dog was perfectly right and now she could take the dog back. And then when Mrs. Pumphrey saw Tricky, she also felt very happy to see Tricky after such a long time. And during the excitement, the narrator helped the chauffeur to bring out the beds, toys, cushions, coats, and bowls, none of which had been used. All the things of Tricky which Mrs. Pumphrey had sent to be used, but they were not used by the doctor at all. As the car moved away, Mrs. Pumphrey leaned down of the window. Tears shone in her eyes and her lips trembled. She was so happy to see her pet dog back, fit and fine after such a long time. And then she cried that this is a triumph of surgery. She did not know that the surgery was not done actually, because the actual treatment which was required for Tricky, that was not done by Mrs. Pumphrey because of over pampering and overfeeding Tricky. So this chapter tells us about the importance of physical exercise. See children, nowadays you all are at home, and that much of physical activities are not possible nowadays. So this chapter teaches us that always being present at home, don't keep overfeeding yourself, and keep on doing physical exercise daily so that you can keep yourself fit and fine. And if in the previous days you have overfed yourself, then don't forget that within a fortnight, that means within 2 weeks, Tricky lost his weight and he became energetic and active. Same way, you can also be physically active and make yourself fit and healthy again. Now some word meanings are already given there, and rest of the hard words you will go through from the chapter and find the meanings, and then 10 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 words are already given there. 5 more you will write from the chapter, and total 15 word meanings should be there in your notebook. After that, few questions are given there. Go through all these questions and mark the answers in your book. Later on, I will tell you which questions are to be done in your notebook. Then, at the end of the chapter, there are some quotes of Rabindranath Tagore given there related to time. The first quote is, "The butterfly counts not months but moments and has time enough." A butterfly has a very short span of life. It doesn't count the number of months but moments. Every moment, one single moment, when we see a butterfly, how much happiness it gives to us. So, same way, we need to value the time. Every single moment of our time is very precious. So, children, don't waste your time and try to make maximum utilization of it. Time is a wealth of change, but the clock in its parody makes it mere change and no wealth. Then next is, let your life lightly dance on the edges of time like dew on the tip of a leaf. So by all these three quotes, Rabindranath Tagore, the Nobel laureate, wants us to learn the importance of time. So once again, I will just suggest you that don't waste your time, make proper use of it, study well, and apart from studies, keep yourself physically and mentally fit.